This is my problem with this generation, bro. Like, we have everything at our fingertips as far as a cell phone. Anything you want to know, you can Google that motherfucker. Like, if I want to know how old was Harriet Tubman when she died, Google that bitch. If I want to know how much deductions I can take out on a property that I own, a rental property that I own, I can Google that motherfucker. All you got to do is Google. But our problem as a generation is we use the technology for entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
We'll use it for Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I ain't got nothing against all them motherfuckers, but at the same time, like, if you using it for money, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
That's gonna benefit you in the
Exactly. You feel me? But like, our problem is, as a generation, and I'm speaking from experience too, cause like I was stuck at a point where I was like, man, I'll be on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, I'll be on all these social media sites hours of the day just scrolling. Like,
that's why I deleted it, bro. Cause you get on it, you scroll down.
Facts.
I call myself exiting it out and opening it right back up.
Facts.
How y'all living? My name is Thunder. This is the Amateur Investors Podcast. I'm here with a couple of my friends, acquaintances. We're here talking, shooting the shit, talking about finances, life, styles, advice, and let's get back into this. Right now we're talking about social media, how it is affecting America's youth right now. What were you saying, sir?
So a lot of young kids nowadays, they get so caught up in, oh, I need my phone. If they don't have their phone, they basically can't survive. Like, and if they do have it, they using it for the wrong purposes. They on social media.
Right.
They just not being productive with themselves. Like you say, they not using it to Google something that's gonna benefit them in the long run, or how can they become the next Bill Gates? How can I become the next Jeff Bezos? Instead, they want to know, how can I get viral on TikTok? How can I get viral
quick
on
cash?
Yeah, like. But that's not the right way, because what if technology go down? Then what you gonna do?
Wow.
You're stuck. You don't even know what a book is.
Yeah, you didn't think that far ahead, did you?
It's not only that, bro. Like, this was my pivot with social media, right? So I told you I had the do-rag business, the drop shipping, right? Mm-hmm. This was my pivot. So when I had the do-rag business, the drop shipping, all that shit, I had to advertise it, right? And where I was advertising it was on Facebook. So when I was advertising, I was at a producer like type of mentality, because I had to put the content out, I had to pay for the advertisement, and when I was on Facebook ads, you pick your market. So for instance, with the do-rags I was selling, I would pick, African American, because that was my target market. I had the ability to pick a specific type of income ratio. I had the ability to pick a specific state, which I did because I noticed in my specific business, like my top sales was in like Alabama, Texas, Arkansas. I could go on, but I had the opportunity to pick like specific business or states. And when you on that producer side, it's like, man, like your perspective changed. It's like, man, like, all right, they creating these algorithms where if you're a producer, you can create a certain type of content to reach a certain type of crowd. Now switch it to consumer side. You don't know what's going on in the background. You just scrolling. Yeah, you just scrolling. You feel me? You just scrolling. You like, man, this look good. Let me tap on this.
And that's
this
how
look
get
good.
You.
Let me tap on this. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you on that other side, you could like specifically target certain motherfuckers and they don't even know you targeted them.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Put it in mind, like,
right.
I want this product now that I've seen it. Now that I've seen it.
So like when I seen that, I was like, man, I kind of deleted all my shit because I was like, man, I don't even I don't even fuck with it like that no more. And I started looking people posting. I'm like, man, you don't even know what you posting, or like you posting like a picture of you at the beach. It's like, man, what is this benefiting me? So like, I really deleted.
I mean, not even that. Like the corporate entity itself, Facebook, Twitter, they make money off of selling your information, off of you paying for that ad.
No, you right.
Towards that demographic. Facebook itself is making money off of that.
But at the same time,
their search history.
I mean, it's a partnership though too. Like I ain't mad at them. Like if I was in their position, if I was in their position, I'd do the same thing. Like I ain't mad at them. Like, but once I got on that side of the realm, and like I started selling stuff, and I seen how advertising worked, especially in like social media, in the social media realm, I was like, man, I don't even fuck with social media like that no more. Cause like if I'm gonna be on social media, I want to be on side as far as like putting content out, as far as advertising, reaching motherfuckers. Like, all right, I got this to sell. Like, I ain't gonna put nothing up like me dancing, and it ain't gonna be bringing no bread in. Now I'll put something with me dancing if it's gonna bring some bread in my pocket. Like I got my T-shirt on, and I got a business as far as like I'm selling a T-shirt or some gym shoes, and
But
I'm
you
dancing.
advertising.
Yeah, I'm advertising that. But if I'm just putting that bitch up just to like, you know what I'm saying, like
just for
entertainment,
attention.
Yeah, attention, likes. I ain't really
That comes back to like, even if you get on Google and you search something, me and you can search the same thing, but based on your search history or based on where you located, something else can pop up at the top.
Hey, from that Netflix series, The Social Dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
They say like even in certain like areas in the world. So like, say we in Jordan, and I know you probably noticed it. You got Netflix out here?
Yeah.
Like if you search something on Netflix out here, it's not the same in like the States.
Different
Oh hell
VPNs.
no, man.
Facts.
Hell
You know what I'm
no.
saying? So
Different
like
information, different demographics.
exactly. So like based on have y'all seen it? The
Not
Social Dilemma?
social doing. It's a documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
Talk
Nah, I haven't
about
seen
all
it,
types of
Bro,
social
you need to
media
watch
and
it, bro.
everything, like the
Haven't seen
background
it.
of
You
all
seen it?
social media.
Wow.
The what?
Social
Get
Dilemma
deep.
on Netflix?
Yeah, that sounds interesting,
I
man.
never even heard of it.
Are you
This
serious?
is my first time hearing that shit.
Bro, y'all need to watch it. It's gonna change your perspective, like,
It's gonna
period.
put you on
Like,
game. I still gotta finish it, but when I first started watching, I was like you already had that sense of like that's how things going, but it get a lot deeper than what you think. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
down the rabbit hole. Once
Yeah,
you go
it's
in,
like
you-
people that started all of this that got out of it because it's a trap, basically.
Yeah.
So you gotta watch it.
bro, on the Social Dilemma, they say like, okay, say we all somewhat culture, right? They say if you always searching something as far as like, let's use the example Black Lives Matter, it's gonna cater to that taste. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you always looking towards something that's Black Lives Matter, it's gonna keep feeding that desire.
Until that's what you completely believe, fully believe.
Exactly. I don't know the proper term for it. It's a proper
Indoctrination.
term. I don't think that's the proper term for it. But like
For what?
when say like Black Lives Matter and you fully believe in it, right? And you always looking into it. So the social media algorithm is gonna keep feeding you stuff to make you further believe that you know what I'm saying, perspective. I don't know what it's a specific
Well,
term
I wouldn't
for
say
it.
it's necessarily they're trying to make you believe that. It's the fact that they know that that's the content you are willing to look at.
And they gonna keep
satisfy
feeding
you.
you.
Exactly, because you are
they
going to
gonna
continue
keep
to look at it.
And
You're
that's
gonna become
and
more
that's a part of the
interested and more
the dialogue
developed
with,
into it.
The Social Dilemma on Netflix. So
Well, I gotta watch that, man.
If y'all ain't watch, y'all need to watch it. Like for real, it's gonna change your perspective.
You talking about Social Dilemma? I heard about that. I keep hearing about
You
it.
ain't watch it either,
No, I keep hearing about it though.
bruh. Y'all need to watch it,
I'm
bruh.
watching
Like
it.
for real,
How
y'all
many
need.
episodes is it?
It's a documentary. It's just one.
It's
Like,
one.
Oh, okay. How
like
long?
for real, like you need
talking
to
about
watch
like
it.
an hour? We talking
It's
about 3
like
hours?
Training Day. It's like Paid in Full. It's one of the movies or documentaries that you need to watch. Like it's one of the motherfuckers you need to watch. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your perspective. You're gonna look at social media different because it's like, damn, this is how they work it. This is how they like treat me. This is what's going on in the background. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of the motherfuckers you need to watch. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, that makes a lot of sense as to why people aspire to just post a lot of bullshit about them dancing, singing, or cooking something. You know what I'm saying? Nothing of substance
I mean,
that is gonna make them money. That it.
as far as that, I think that goes deep into what you say, the conscious as far as how they look at themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like they trying to be accepted. I feel like that's all social media is.
And that's
Just
that's
trying
the
to be
problem with
accepted.
today's youth, man.
Yeah.
We all want to be accepted.
I don't. It's one of them laws in school. I barely passed school, so I couldn't tell you the exact law. But it's one of them laws where you need in life, where like you need to be loved, you need to be accepted, you need your essentials as far as food, water. But yeah, it's one of them laws where I don't know.
Wow, I mean that got deep real fast. Real deep, real fast. I didn't expect it to go there. Holy moly. Holy moly. Fam, you're an investor, right?
Yes, sir. Somewhat amateur.
Somewhat.
I guess you could say that.
Trying to get your hands warm.
Yeah, I'm cold.
What kind of avenues are you taking?
I invest in stocks. I invest in I got a couple precious metals I invest in. But the biggest one I say I'm trying to invest in, specifically focus on, is real estate.
Okay. Okay, so you really diversified.
Somewhat.
You really diversified. Why did you decide to invest in precious metals? What was your drive for that?
Precious metal, I would say because of the supply and demand of it.
Mm-hmm.
Precious metals is a commodity. So meaning when I say commodity, like it's only so much of it. So the lesser you have of it, once we, you know what I'm saying, it's a non-renewable source.
Right.
So once we run out of it, the value of
That's it, man. You
goes
fresh
up.
out of luck.
You know what I'm saying? So my perspective on it is like it's gonna only appreciate because of that fact.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be the last time I looked at it, when I invested in it, at the time it was ticking up because of the fact that it's Corona and the dollar amount was going down because of inflation.
Mm-hmm.
But with precious metals, you know what I'm saying, long term, it's only so much of it. So
And because of inflation, it's bound to go up.
exactly.
It's bound to go up.
So that's really one of the only reasons I invested in it. And also Robert Kiyosaki had an influence on it.
Yeah.
But I'm not co-signing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a wise man. He's a wise man. Robert Kiyosaki.
He a hustler though.
Oh, you
And a
got it
finesse.
right.
Especially if you read his book, if you look at all his books.
Oh yeah, you know how much money he makes off of those?
Yeah.
Off of his advice he gives? I'd like to argue that he makes more money off of all that than all of his assets.
Yeah.
People really do look to him for advice.
I mean, to an extent, yeah. But I want to get all my financial advice from him.
No. No, not Robert Kiyosaki.
But real estate is the way to go, if you ask me.
I have to agree with you there, man. I mean,
Yeah,
you look at America, you look at the world. The majority of millionaires are built off of real estate,
or they have some sort of type of real estate in their portfolio.
whether it's commercial or residential.
Or
They said in Florida, people were moving, like 2,000 or 3,000 people were moving to Florida a day during this pandemic because it's still open. That's a lot of people moving.
That's a
So,
lot of rental properties.
Exactly. That's why the value just keep going up.
not even.
Wow.
Let's not even talk about Florida. Let's just speak on something that's close to us, military. Right?
Facts.
I feel like that's a market that's untapped. Like of course you got, you know what I'm saying, one of the biggest businesses in the military as far as real estate, active duty passive income. Okay, that's a good one. But other than that, I can't name no other. So if you use military, for me specifically, why I think military is one of the best. If you invest in real estate, why you should invest near a military base. One, a military individual has a reliable income.
Preach, bro.
Right? They have a paycheck coming in the 1st and 15th. Right? And my target audience, once I get in that realm, or I'm kind of getting in that realm now, but like my target audience will be those younger tiers that E1 through E4. Right? They getting out the dorms. They don't really know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They like, man, like, this my... Most of them, they like, this is my first crib alone. You know what I'm saying?
You know, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They don't really know, they don't really know how to adult. So 9 times out of 10, they looking for the cheapest route. They don't care if it's holes in the wall. They don't care if, you know what I'm saying, like, goddamn...
Roaches in the cabinets.
Roaches in the cabinet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn mold.
If you ask me, I don't give a fuck about any of that, because I'm like, man, how can I save the most money? Because in my mindset, I'm trying to be frugal. I'm trying to save the most money. What can I cut as far as my expenses? And my biggest expense is housing.
Oh yeah,
Housing and gas.
by far.
Housing and gas.
By
You know
far.
what I'm saying? So like, I would say target that. And with them being paid on the 1st and 15th, say they get late on one of their payments. You know who to contact.
Oh,
First sergeant,
of
right
course.
off the bat. Hey, Airman Fairley, he not paying his rent.
And if you're not military and you're leasing, or your tenant is military, now you know. You go to the leadership,
Right.
because that's your money that they're not paying you.
And let's not just talk about the negative. Let's talk about the positive too. With if you ran in with a individual from the military, motherfuckers, individuals talk. So, say I'm at Keesler with my man Perez, right? I know he just getting out the dorms. Say I'm PCSing. Hey Perez, I'm PCSing, bruh. I know at Keesler, BAH is 867.
Got that network.
Look,
That shit.
BAH is 867. I'm renting from.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Cause the cost of living.
Because it's cheap.
Look,
Mine's
look,
is 9. Mine's is
But y'all cost of-
960.
but the cost of
I
living
thought
is cheap.
960
look, y'all
was
cost of
bad.
living is y'all cost of living.
1,400.
Look, y'all cost of living is high.
That means the state that you're in just means it's
South
more
Carolina
expensive.
is more than
But look, y'all getting besides the point. Look, the cost of living where y'all is higher, which more power to. I wish I had the type of BAH y'all had. But at the end of the day, look, this how I'm looking. Like,
Especially getting deployed. Let me get
I'm like this. Like, once I leave, all right, I'm PCSing. Say I'm PCSing to Arkansas or something. I'm gonna tell one of my homies like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm paying. My BAH is 867. I'm roommating, which, you know what I'm saying, is a smart route, which I would, you know what I'm saying, advocate for anybody that's
Save
coming
a
out
bit
the
more money.
barracks or
it
the
can go
dorms.
both ways. I've had good roommates and bad roommates.
It's all about who you pick as a roommate, which I could get into that too if you want to.
What do you mean?
But-
You have bad roommates. What were they doing?
I had ones that was like my roommate now that I'm currently with. They dirty.
But that's
They don't
on
clean
your
up after
fault. Did
themselves.
you interview them? Did you interview
Yes.
them?
Dirty roommates.
How was your interview process?
Because here's the thing is, I come to your real house. I
No,
come
no,
to
no,
your
no,
mama.
no.
You still live with your mamas? I come look at your room.
And they got
I had all this stuff.
And did you see that they was
crumbs
dirty?
on the floor?
No, they wasn't. But
So what questions did you ask them as far as the roommate before you came?
because first of all, I knew the person. I think that's probably mistake number one. I knew the person and I knew how they are. You look at their car is clean. But it's like when they get on their own, I don't know, it's just like they did a 180. I was gonna say 360, a 180, and I was like, oh, no, I don't do buzz, I don't do nothing. I don't do none of it. The only thing that you should have in your house, as far as a bug, is a fly if it flies in, and a spider. I don't care how clean you are, you're gonna find a spider. But there's no reason for no ants, no nothing. Huh?
Yeah. But with the roommate, since we gonna lean to that topic, if I have a roommate, this is my standards with roommates. First of all, I made the first mistake when I came out of the dorms. I roomed with one of my friends, and I think that's a mistake because if you want to keep that friend, I don't think you should roommate with him. You know what I'm saying? Because like you don't you really don't know the individual.
Till you live with
So
it.
you live with
Right.
it. Yep.
So I'll go deeper into that. So like with my roommate, I'm not even cool with him no more. because of that fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of sad that I lost him as a friend, but it is what it is. So one reason I'm kind of sad that I roommate with him is because as far as a roommate, like whatever habits y'all got as friends, he gonna amplify that. And when I say amplify habits, me and him, we drink together all the time. So when I roommate with him, man, bro, I'm talking about like, I'll wake up, hey, bro, time to take a shot.
Oh, that's so.
I'm going to sleep, hey, bro, before you go to sleep, we gotta take a shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm brushing my teeth, hey, bro, time for a shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, I'm cooking, I'm on the stove, minding my business. You know what I'm saying? Scrambled eggs, hey, bro, time for a shot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, if say like y'all drink together, that's gonna amplify. You know what I'm saying? Mm. And not only that, like the cleaning aspect. One thing with the cleaning with a roommate, I say like, man, just come up with guidelines. So like, say I'm trying to find a roommate, I'm gonna come to you. Nah, this is something that I learned. Before I come up with a roommate, I'm gonna ask you like, hey, what you like to clean? You know what I'm saying? And say you like, man, I don't like to clean. That's okay. I'm gonna just say, okay, then we're gonna have to set some money aside to pay for a cleaner.
Okay.
Come in for a roommate. But say you do like cleaning. Say, all right, I like dishes. I'm like, okay, you like dishes, you can do the dishes. I'll take out the trash. Or say you like dishes, all right, I'll clean the common area. Something like that. You just come to a mutual agreement.
So that's what so my roommate I have down, we've been roommates for 2 years, going on 2.5 years.
Right.
We've been roommates. Cause we signed another lease. So we was friends. I met him actually in F-Tech is where I met him. Right. But I kept in contact. I would go visit his house. We already said when we met, we was like, hey, like, we might be roommates one day. But I go to his dorm and see his first sergeant opposite from mine. My first sergeant did room inspections monthly.
Ugh.
His first sergeant would never do a room inspection. So I would go look at his room. But see, when we first moved in, he would leave dishes in the sink. I have issues with leaving dishes in the sink.
Yeah.
Especially we got dishwasher. I don't like dishwasher, but we got dishwasher. Put them bad boys in dishwasher. You see what I'm saying? So, but when I got there, I said, okay. So I had to let him know. Second day, I'm like, these dishes still in here. I'm like, hey, Shanti, come here for a second. I'm like, this, because this causes bugs. And bugs cause rodents. And rodents cause me to bleach this place out. I said, I throw everything away. I said, you come home and you don't think we got robbed for me. I said, I don't play that. So he's like, oh man, I didn't know. So I also went and bought a top for the microwave, so stuff don't splatter.
Right.
He didn't never know about that. I would come home and the top would be out sitting on the counter, but then the microwave be more messed up. So
the top.
Yeah, you buy like a thing,
like a plastic cover,
right?
It's a plastic cover.
The plastic cover that you put
up your food. So
I know what you mean. Okay.
So you can put a wet paper towel.
Yeah. So the problem is, so he's like, oh, I didn't know what it was used for. So I said, I thought you just left it in the microwave. I'm like, whatever. So now he knows. So, but I also tell him, like, I don't have a problem cleaning the kitchen. Like, but he'll clean the kitchen when he cooks. After he gets done cooking, he'll clean. Now me, it ain't clean enough for me. So I go back and re-clean. Yeah. But that's just me. I told him, like, we'll have the trash piled up. Now, I'm not the last one. Like, I would take that trash out 2-3 times and then I get tired of it. So I said, hey, once you see the trash fill. But see, thing is, so we have like it's like probably about this round, that round of a trash can.
It's pretty big.
I mean, it's tall, probably about that tall, but it's like kind of like
it's skinny.
Yeah, it's skinny. It's smaller than the green ones.
Okay.
Right? But when you take it out, you still have a lot of trash, a lot of bag left.
So you don't want to waste it.
So he don't want to waste it. So he takes it out of the bag and he sits down. I have an issue with that. So I tell him. So one day he sat down, but I don't put liquids in my trash.
Ooh.
I don't put liquids.
Pour it down the sink.
You pour it down the sink, pour it in the toilet, whatever.
But look.
I don't put liquid. So he did that, and it spilled one day. And I came home and I saw a few ants, and it just kind of did something to my brain. And I'm like, now I'm going, and he comes home. He like, it smells. Cause when I clean, like that, I mix bleach, ammonia, mix all of it. I'ma kill you in there.
Right.
But I was like, bruh, don't put liquids in there. If you got liquid, pour down sink. You know?
Sound like you should have just started rooming with him after year one.
No, but after that we had no more problems. Like now, but it's because I also gotta understand everybody don't grow up like you.
Yep.
And everybody don't clean like you.
But hey,
But now, what his bathroom look like?
either.
I don't know what his bathroom look like because I don't go in his bathroom. I go in mine. I clean mine once a week. I do know he cleans his bathroom, but I don't know what his room look
All
like.
right, well, let me take over real quick. I think the problem is people decide to room together, but don't look at this as a business contract. They don't look at this as a business exchange.
Who was it? Steve Harvey said that.
Steve
Was it-
Harvey
was
said
it
that.
Steve Harvey. I think Steve Harvey said that he was talking about in marriage. Or was it a comedian? Somebody I heard was talking about
It
in
is.
marriage. He
It's
said you
it's
have to
business.
understand that yes, I'm marrying you, but you also
This is a business.
it's a business deal. He broke it down like everything is a deal.
Right.
It's not just okay, I'm marrying you so I can give free sex. You know, and not
Because
feel
all of
guilty.
this, it
Like,
affects your financial standing in the long run.
Hey, and can I add something to that? As far as a business, like when it comes to business, if you don't have systems in place, your business will fail. So going back as far as like, the garbage situation, I would probably say the reason why y'all had complications with your garbage is because you didn't have a system in place. As far as Monday I take out the garbage.
So
Tuesday
it don't
you
get-
take out the garbage.
But it don't get filled like that.
But I'm just saying like.
Have a game plan.
But we don't have.
that's
but,
all I'm
but see,
saying.
our game plan
Not the
now is
specifics, but
whoever,
like.
whoever sees it field takes it out.
But
if I
have
go
the
in there,
prerequisites before you decide to
Right.
opt into this exchange.
And
but
that's
I
all
learned
I'm
that.
saying.
That's what I'm saying. So so when my other roommate moved in, because we had an orphanage at one time. We had like.
So let me
5
ask you
people
this.
there.
Let me ask
But
you
when they
this.
moved in, we kind of. I already laid down.
Y'all
the
got a
law.
house?
No, it's an apartment. But like we
So whose name is on the lease?
both of ours, me and him, we both
So
sides.
so how many rooms is it?
It's two.
Two.
But we converted our living room
Into
our,
another
our
living
den
quarter?
into another room for somebody.
So it's 3 individuals.
Well, now it's two. It's back two. 'Cause
So total is 2.
But
now.
the possibility
it's two
of
down,
3.
but it was 3 at one time, but I had to kick her out. Like, and so the thing is, so we was roommates first, right?
So
in
let me
another
ask you
apartment.
this.
But
Let me
but
take
it
this
was totally
conversation
different.
to another lane. Why didn't you just get a crib? Why y'all in an apartment? You ain't building no equity in it. Why you ain't get a crib? Is my question.
Why you wasting money on renting when you could have bought a house? And if you
I mean, his perspective could be different.
Because I don't
You know
want
what
to
I'm
buy
saying?
a
It ain't
house
waste-
in North Carolina because I don't plan on staying.
It's
but you can
longevity,
always
right?
sell or if rent.
You could, but to sell in North Carolina is hard.
Look.
Like,
It is
I know people
2020.
that-
We
I
got
know
a
people
virus
that's been
going on.
gone. No, but I know people
It's
that's been
hard to
gone
sell.
a year and still trying to sell their house.
But why would you want to sell if it's gonna bring you bread every month?
But the thing is, if you like, what if I get these people are overseas?
If you-
I can control my house if I'm overseas.
But you got military roommate finder on Facebook, where you could put
I understand that,
tenant
but-
in there every.
Well, hold on. What is roommate
But
military?
without-
military roommate finder. What is that?
Let me enlighten you. Let me
Yeah,
But
don't
if
you gotta
I'm
room?
overseas,
Please
but what I'm
enlighten me.
saying, if I'm overseas, I can't. There's only so much I can do.
because you ain't got systems in place.
It has nothing to do with
That's
I'm
not
overseas.
true. If you overseas,
'Cause
there
you
are
got
agents. That's why we have agents.
Yeah,
Real
you
estate
got pro-
agents. That
you
is
got
literally
property
their
managers.
job. Property manager.
I got an answer for every problem you got, my brother.
You got property managers for a house.
100%.
Yes, sir.
That is their job. That's what they do.
They
Yes,
come
sir.
every so often to make sure people are not tearing
Yes,
your
sir.
house apart.
Yes, sir.
And making sure they following your guidelines, making sure the rent is paid, making sure everything is up to your standards.
But see, I don't know because when I buy, but you talk about using the VA loan to buy a house.
No. I mean, you could. That is one. You
But
can
see,
use the VA,
but
the
then-
FHA, the conventional. It is a plethora of loans you can use depending on your finances.
Depending on what you were willing to risk.
But see, the only other thing, if I was going to have a roommate, who was going to own the house?
You.
You're the owner.
If
You're out of the country, but it's still your house. You pay for it, right?
Yeah, if your name is on the lease
Well, yeah.
or the mortgage.
But see, I'm also I don't want to cut grass. I don't want to do all that. I'm
See,
lazy.
now you looking at the petty things. Like, that's why you... If you set up your business in a correct way, which if you buy a house, it should be looked at as a business. So let's take me for an example. If I set up, if I buy a property, I'm right off the bat, before I even sign my name on a dotted line, I'm looking at all those things. I'm looking at expenses as far as cutting the grass. I'm looking at expenses as far as electric. I'm looking at expenses as far as, you know what I'm saying, all the utilities, the mortgage, you know what I'm saying. And if the way I'm setting it up as is each room is a unit. So even with that, I'm looking at like, okay, I want to take a lot of complications off my tenants as far as tissue paper, you know what I'm saying, essentials. So tissue paper, what's other essentials when it comes to napkins, garbage bags, I mean, you can name a few. I can't come off the top of my head, but
right.
I'm looking at all those expenses before I even make that purchase. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you saying, I don't want to cut the grass, put that into your business expense. Like, what resources I can look out to like, pay for those.
But that's the thing, man. That's the thing. That's a lot of research. That's a lot of time and dedication. Not
Especially
everybody.
when they tell you got 30 days to get out the dorm.
Well, it's not even that. It's not even that.
So when you got 30 days to get out the dorm, you
investment.
don't have time to
We're
go
not
out.
talking about.
And for me, I had 10 days. They told me I had 15. They told me on June 1st. They said you gotta be out by the 15th of June. I didn't have time to go and do research on houses and stuff.
I mean,
They just
if you ask me,
We're not talking about living in the house per se. We're talking about just investing in general. Real estate isn't for everybody. That's why there are different investment avenues. Real estate, it may just not be your forte.
no, I'm gonna buy a house one day, but I'm not
For investing
to
or
live. I don't think
that's more of a liability. In my opinion, my personal opinion, if you're buying a house to live in it, that's more of an investment. Yeah, it'll appreciate over time. You'll be able to knock off some expensive because it's gonna appreciate.
due to taxes and
Right.
write-offs and
But
all
I
that.
mean, it's more of a liability in the long run if you're just gonna stay in the house.
But I mean, bro, if at the end of the day, bro, like, it ain't not like that goes back to what I was saying. Like, our generation, bro, we got all this information at our fingertips.
Yeah.
Like, all this shit that I'm saying, it's a Google away. You know what I'm saying? Like,
YouTube.
and not even that. Like, you saying the predicament that you saying, like, oh, I had 10 days. If I was in that, me personally, if I was in that predicament, you know what I'll do? I'll be like, all right, cool. This is my BAH. This is how much I'm getting for BAH. I know for a fact that I want to invest in real estate. I would start, if I know I didn't have a house, my first thing would be, okay, I know I'm getting out of the dorms at this date. Let me look at hotels to look into, and I'm going to put my bread into there first because I know I don't got a house yet, and I know I don't want to rent. So I'm going to put my bread into hotels and stay in there just for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
$100 a day for a
I
hotel?
stay in my goddamn
But that's
car.
gonna be a big return in the long run. I'm not done. So I'm gonna live in the hotels just for a little bit, and once I find a property or once I find an agent that's an investor friendly that can, you know what I'm saying, put me on a mailing list and send me properties every day. Because once he starts putting me on that mailing list, I'm analyzing properties every day because I know the time is, you know what I'm saying, is ticking. So I'm in a hotel, and the type of mindset and hustle that I got, I'll probably be in the hotels for probably maximum 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So you do the math. That's an investment as far as the hotel because
That's $3,000.
and that's cool. I'm willing to come out of pocket with that. Look. I'm willing to come out of pocket with that because I know in the long run, you know what I'm saying, I rather, because say I go in an apartment, I got to sign a lease. And once you obligated to that lease, you have to stay in that lease for a certain amount of time. It's not like, all right, I just want to stay in for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, you got to stay in this apartment for a year, 2 years, 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
Legal
It's not
contract,
something you could just like say, all right, I just want to stay in 3 weeks. So I'm going to go that expensive route in the beginning, but once I get into that first property, it's something called house hacking. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's where you stay in one room and you rent out the other rooms and use them as units. So I'm going to use that route. I'm going to stay in the hotel and then I'm going to flip all the money that I was staying in the hotel with and then just make it right back because let's throw some numbers out there. Say I bought a property for $100K, right?
Right.
The mortgage is probably gonna be somewhere around $500, give or take. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the exact
Estimate.
numbers. Right.
Estimate.
So the property is $100K. Mortgage is about $500 with an interest rate right now probably about 2.8. You use that. And I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I stay in one, rent out the 2 other rooms, right? Depending on what market, I don't know your market, but I could talk on my market specifically, Keesler. I could probably charge anywhere from $700 to damn near $900. But because I want to, you know what I'm saying, get tenants in as fast as possible and make my house look, you know what I'm saying, better than others, I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to put that blue dream on the street. You know what I'm saying? If you ever watch American Gangster, Frank Lucas, I'm going to put that blue dream on the street. You feel me? So I'm gonna cut it down. I'm going to probably put like, you know what I'm saying, $750 lower to the $700s. You know what I'm saying? And that's about $1,400 I'm making. And my mortgage is what I say, $500. So $500 minus $1,400. Who good at math? I'm not good at math. What's
$900?
$900. Then I'm profiting. And let's not talk about the utilities. Let's throw the extra expenses and utilities. We'll say I'm probably only profiting about $200, and that's on the low end. I'm just estimating $200. 200 times 12. That's $2,400 a year.
That's
Am I correct?
substantial income. That's substantial boost to your income, right?
And we in the military. In Keesler, I know y'all get more than me, but in Keesler, I'm making $867 and BH. $867 plus $200, that's $1,067. Am I correct? $1,000. I got a calculator, bro. Hold up, bro.
I got a fucking calculator.
1,000, so that's
I mean,
12,000.
math is a taxing task.
$1,000.
Bro, I'm making $12,804. And I'm living rent free. And your biggest expense in life is your living expense. And this is why I'm so passionate about this shit. And like, I be trying to put motherfuckers on game. Not yet, but best believe.
Hey, this is amateur investors, baby. This is amateur investors.
Negative.
So you in the apartment?
I was staying with a roommate, but I told you we had some complications. That's why I don't roommate with friends no more. But I don't stay with nobody. I don't have a house. I don't have an apartment. I'm just cashing out my BAs right now. So
before you got here, what did you do?
I was living with him, but we had some
apartment.
complications. No, I was living with a friend, and he had a house.
Oh, he had. Okay.
Yeah, he had a house, but we had some complications. But like I said, $12,804.
Wow,
right?
that's a hefty amount.
And that's
of
just
money.
off a roommate, bruh. Like if you
Substantial
own a
income,
crib
man.
and you got 2 individuals living with you, all right, let's say like, all right, cool, I don't want to live with nobody no more. If you use your VA loan, you have to, don't quote me on this, look it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you do your own research, but at the end of the day, if you use a VA loan, from my understanding, you have to stay in that VA loan for a year.
At the very least.
Exactly.
At the
Stay,
very least.
At the very least. Say you stay in that for a year, and then you bounce and use another, you go to another crib. Because with the VA loan, you could just roll another, you could have multiple loans under one VA loan.
Right.
So say you take out another loan on the top of that same VA loan, and now your loan is sitting at $200,000 because you bought another $100,000 crib, right? And now you got a individual living in your room that you used to live in. So
They're
now
paying that shit off, huh?
now instead of $700, $1,400, you got
21.
Yup, you better at math than me. You got $2,100 coming in a month. That's one property.
Substantial income.
Now technically you living financially independent. And when I say financially independent, that means all your expenses is paid for. So everything else is just profit. And if you use it and navigate right, you just, you know what I'm saying?
You're on the road to wealth.
On the road to wealth.
If you don't fuck it up.
If you don't fuck it up.
If you don't absolutely fuck it up.
Bro, that's why I made that group, Military Roommate Finder. If you utilize it right, you find the right roommates, bro. Like it's so easy. The position, as far as us being in the military, it's, bro. Like if you utilize it right, like, you know what I'm saying, you move the right way.
So
you find
much
out the
opportunity.
loopholes. You know what I'm saying. You use your BAH. I don't know y'all BAH, but y'all told me it's way more than 867.
1,400.
14, bruh. What? 1,400? What?
What are you doing?
You find a
What are
crib
y'all
that's
doing?
the mortgage is not $1,400. And you put roommates in that, and you just stack that bread. Like you find somebody to pay for your mortgage.
See, it sounds good.
But all it is work. Like it go back to what I was saying, bro. We use the internet and the social media for what? Sending pictures of cat
For
videos.
leisure. For leisure.
We put our phone up on in the bathroom. We doing dance moves on TikTok, bro. Like, bro, use a resource available.
Okay,
to you.
so-
Google shit that's gonna benefit you. I don't know, bro.
So I guess we can agree that's the problem.
What's the problem?
That people today just don't know where to start, don't know what to do. So what do you propose
As far
that
as
we
what?
educate our youth in how to invest,
First of all,
how to entice them to do these things?
this is my opinion, and this is just all opinion. Like you don't gotta take my word for it. You can keep doing whatever you doing, but this is my opinion. Like look long term, like 30 years, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is down the line.
So where he
Nah,
is? You asking where he is?
no, I'm saying you gotta light it.
I say look long term, right? As far as where you want to be in life,
Right.
and me specifically, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change generational type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to be a millionaire, billionaire, if not. You know what I'm saying? And not just for me personally. I'm talking about for my whole last thing. So once you know your end goal, you can start plotting the positions between that to where you are now. So
You're
like
trying to change the course of history right now.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's really not that hard because say for instance me, you know, I want to get into real estate lane. It ain't nothing to Google who's the top earners in real estate. And once I know who the top earners in real estate is, I could just cater my research to them. Like they got the blueprint. You know what I'm saying?
Are you gonna read it? Is the question.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna cater to it, or are you gonna, you know what I'm saying, utilize whatever they've done to fit what you doing in life?
There's one dude, I can't remember his name, but he said one dude came up to him and asked him who's his hero, and he said he didn't know. So he came back to him a few weeks later, asked him again. He said his hero is him in 10 years, and he said he knows he'll never obtain his hero basically, but it always give him somebody to chase. So basically he has this standard of I want to be up here in
Right.
10 years, but it's a goal that you're not gonna ever attain because it's way up here, but it's giving you something to continuously chase.
Right,
That
right,
makes sense.
Wow, I mean, that gives you some incentive right there.
Facts.
Some motivation right there.
I feel like all your answers is on Google. You just gotta know how to utilize it.
Shit, not even Google, bro. It could be a book. Me, I'm not gonna say and lie to you. I don't like to read,
No,
but I know that's
nobody does.
that's one of the dumbest things
Hey,
of me as an individual because there's a lot of wisdom in books.
hey, not to be stereotypic, but one of the things my grandma used to say, and I'm gonna drop the N-word with this, but she would say, if you want to hide something from a nigga, you know where to put it. Where would you put it? If you
In a
wanna
book,
Exactly.
because you ain't gonna ever open that. motherfucker.
Exactly. And that speaks volume. Like she would say, like, oh, if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. Some motherfuckers don't read. You know what I'm saying? Like Warren Buffett reads 6 hours a day.
Right.
6 hours. You good at math? 6 times 7. That's 42. 42 out of the week. 42 times 52. That's 52. It's 52 weeks in a year. That, goddamn it, that's a lot of goddamn hours.
That's a lot of reading.
Exactly.
All
And
right.
how much is he worth?
It's a lot of knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? Like that should tell you.
Shout out
something.
Omaha, Nebraska. Warren
That's
Buffett,
like-
born and raised.
That's like
Born and
28,
raised.
like 200,
You know what it is.
I can't tell
Like
you off the top of my
20,000.
head, but
something like that. Or 2,000.
But you know what Eric Thomas is?
of course.
He said too. A lot of people get focused on
Yeah,
reading.
that's right, 2,000.
You don't always have to read because you can read this book
184.
and not obtain half the information.
Well,
He said you gotta
yeah.
obtain
information.
the information in order to understand it.
Yeah,
So
'cause
you can
reading-
read something
yeah,
and
reading-
not understand it.
I mean,
Reading and
branching off
comprehending are
of
two
that.
different things.
But
Exactly.
If you
it's
don't
the first
apply
step.
the information,
It's the first step, though.
if you don't apply the information,
And you
it's
got to
another
read
well.
something beneficial because I can read.
Yeah.
And I can apply what I read, but
That's
if
why
it
I
ain't
don't read
beneficial
fiction.
to what I'm what I'm trying to get, then all
a
I'm
waste.
doing is reading.
That's why I
Exactly.
read fiction. If I'm gonna read like nonfiction, something that's based solely on finances or self-development.
How you can get better.
Right, facts.
How can I teach the next generation?
I'm not finna read nothing against Harry Potter, but I'm not finna read Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's not gonna benefit you.
Or
It's
the
fake.
Or the Twilight series, or
I ain't never read none of that.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen it. Well, I only seen the first Twilight movie. I ain't never seen. My family, we weren't allowed to watch Twilight. We weren't allowed to watch it. We did get to watch Sabrina though. We did get to watch Sabrina. But that was about it. We didn't watch nothing else.
Nah, coming up, I wasn't allowed to watch certain movies either.
We didn't
I just
no
watched
certain
Harry
movies.
Potter for the first time in
Man,
I ain't never
quarantine.
seen Harry Potter.
Bro,
I
no,
just watched
I grew up outside. I ain't never stay home. I grew up at the
Exactly.
beach, fucking
You from Puerto
playing
Rico?
sports. I grew up in the
Exactly.
outdoors. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I grew up like that, because in our generation, that shit grow up on video games, all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Stay at home. That's all they know.
That's why when people be like, bro, you gotta get. I don't play games. Like, it's not even that. I don't have nothing against nobody play games, play a game. But I grew up outside. Like, I like to be
Hey,
outdoors.
I grew up
like to do
outside, but I'll
physical
still
activity.
beat anybody on 2K if they want to run that shit. Like. Hey, Fairly no.
Is that right, Ferg?
Bro, you trash, bro.
I know.
He is trash. Yeah, I'm
You
good.
finna leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready
Later.
to.
Fuck my lady.
We got to be here at 5:30.
What time is it?
Oh, it's 11.
It's 11:30.
11:30.
Hey, say. I guess I'm finna leave too. I gotta be up at goddamn.
Ain't this your hookah?
That's Word Ups.
Oh. Later.
I don't know, bro. Hey, Perez. You ain't finna wait for me, Perez? Hey, crazy.
How you turn that up?
Y'all going the opposite way. Y'all going the opposite way from me.
We all not walking this way.
Man, I'm
Hey, all jokes aside, bro. All them hours you spend on YouTube.
We just
and
gonna
shit,
leave this
you
here
could be
for him?
spending,
Dang.
bettering yourself.
He come back, everybody gone.
I'm gonna be here.
Here he comes.
I'll wait
What
for
word I
him.
got?
I was gonna say, don't violate him like that. Leave.
Alright, Murray.
Nah, bro.
I was
You
gonna
right,
turn it
bro.
off.
Oh, don't touch it. Don't touch it now. Now it's your hand is on the audio. So
Was that the podcast?
He said
yeah,
it's
that was the
very
podcast.
sensitive.
Oh, I didn't know it was on. Boy,
Don't worry. you good? You was talking, bro.
Hey, you take over.
You was talking.
Did I?
we need to do some
I saw your face.
Hey, man, hold on. Come on real quick so I can end this bit. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it there. Thank you everybody for being here, having this nice conversation. Royce, go ahead and tell them where they can find you on social media and whatnot. Tell them about military roommate finder.
Royce Fairley, specifically known in the Air Force as Senior Airman Fairley. You know what the fuck going on. But Military Roommate Founder, look it up on Facebook. It's really something to add value back to the community as far as military members. A lot of people get out of the dorms, the barracks, and they really don't know where to go. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them financially don't really know where to go, or this their first time adulting in life. And I really made it just for individuals to have a plan and, you know what I'm saying, create a little bit of income before they take that big step in their life as far as adulting. So look it up, Military Roommate Finder. The name says it all, Military Roommate Finder.
If you can't look that up, I really don't know what's going on with it.
But yeah, I'm on Facebook, Royce Fairley. I'm on Instagram, I want to say Royce, Snapchat, I'm on Snapchat, Royce_Fairley11. Instagram, Forbes Fairley. So I'm on social media. I really don't use it, but I'm on there. Look me up. If you're trying to talk finances, you're trying to talk real estate, Look me up if you're in the Keysville area, Mississippi area. Look me up. I'm trying
Amen.
to. I'm investing in
Amen.
real estate in Mississippi area. If you're trying to partner on the deal or something.
Okay. You're reaching.
Hey, look,
You're reaching, buddy.
If the numbers is right, hit my line. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is.
Alright. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. This was
The Amateur Investors Podcast. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time.